Diapering costs for your child. We'll tell you how a Rockford native is helping to do that.
And although I expect thunderstorms to develop later on this afternoon and continue tonight, I think the severe weather risk is going to be low. Full weather forecast coming up.
They're 18 months old. It can happen because Deborah FioRito from The Complete Child says she made it happen for her kids, her 4 kids. She can help you do it too with her new DVD. It's called Toilet Training Begins at Birth. Deborah joins us now. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Tell us, how did you come up with this? I mean, you were a new mom. You're sitting there, and your daughter had problems with diaper rash.
Exactly. That's what happened. Within the first couple days of life, she had a terrible diaper rash, and I tried the stereotypical protocol of using every diaper rash cream, powder, ointment out there. We ended up at her pediatrician, who's the chairman of pediatrics at Loyola, Dr. DeStefani, and he said something so simple that made so much sense to me. He said, I asked why this is happening, and he said, no one's skin is made to be in direct contact with urine and feces. It made so much sense to me, and he advised me to leave her out of her diaper as much as possible. Well, I had a great misconception thinking that there was going to be urine and feces all over my home, but there wasn't. By leaving her without a diaper, I was able to see her nonverbal, communications, her vocalizations, what she would do prior to eliminating, allowing me to take her to the toilet.
You had some accidents, I'm sure, when you were first learning her cues, though.
A few, absolutely.
What were some of the cues that you found that are kind of are across the board? Kids,
fussiness, vocalizations, sometimes a high pitch, yelling, sort of. But when I took her to the washroom, she responded so beautifully. I never thought I was toilet training her. I thought that I was responding to this diaper rash in the only way that I knew how. Imagine my delight when at 12 months she was wearing underwear and 15 months she was wearing them through the night. Well, my husband and I thought naturally she was a genius, like most first-time parents.
Well, of course.
Then our second one was born. I responded in the exact same way. She was out of diapers at 15 months. By the third one, we thought it was a little too coincidental. So we did a little bit of research and discovered that 80% today in our world, 80% are out of diapers between 12 and 24 months, with 18 months as the average. It's only in the United States and other disposable diaper countries where it's pushed so far back to 36, sometimes 48 months. There was a huge shift in the paradigm when disposable diapers were introduced in the United States in the 1950s. It was this way when children were out of diapers by 18 months. In the United States, prior to the 1950s.
So right now you're saying that your children don't soil their diapers at all after 3 months.
Right. They've all had bowel movements on the toilet after 3 months of age. Of course, the urination's a little bit harder to detect. People are shocked when they learn that my 6-month-old doesn't need to wear diapers during the day, but she doesn't. She will let me know, and I naturally respond, just like I would instinctively respond if she was hungry. I'd feed her. If she was tired, I'd put her to bed.
All right, Deborah. Obviously, there's a lot of information here that can't be covered in just one segment like this. You do have a DVD out that explains the entire process. It's called Toilet Training Begins at Birth. It's available if you go onto the website for your company. If we have that today, we can put that up. Toilet Training Begins at Birth, CompleteChildInc.com.
That's correct.
All right. And anything else that we can
The cost savings are incredible. We average about $5,000 per child. I have 4 children. That's college tuition right there for one of them. The environmental benefits are incredible. Dr. DeStefani, the chairman of pediatrics, endorses our methodology, and it's really reinventing the wheel. It's still practiced this way in 80% of the world.
My goodness. And you must be Pampers' worst enemy.
Probably.
The company. Thank you very much.
A pleasure. Deborah. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
And an Iraqi forced to move in.
You can't beat free. No siree. Andy, how you doing back there?
Good. 6'5".